This is week number 5, talking about liquid fat with a question mark, all right? So before we go there, honey, let's go with a quick review, do it maybe about 45 seconds over the last 4 weeks for those who missed it. Just a quick review about the winning weight challenge, honey. Let's take it away.
All right. Now, you know what we talked about. The first week we talked about, we said we need to make sure we close that kitchen at 6 p.m.
Oh, yes.
We closed the kitchen at 6 p.m., and then we came back and said how important breakfast was. We need to get that breakfast in every day for 7
Break the
days.
fast.
Along with that, when we added our first cup of water, 8 ounces of water every day for 7 days. And then we went to how much food are you eating? We looked then at the actual serving sizes. We talked about
Yes.
that food digital scale that was important to weigh your food on that scale. And then, Curtis, we went to belly fat. We talked about that belly fat. We talked about how the woman's belly, her fat around her waist should be no more than 35 inches. Oh, yeah. And then for the men, 40 inches.
We got an extra
all right,
5
or
inches.
Or lower.
Yes.
Yeah, or lower. We went to 2 cups of water, two. And then we turned around and we said, okay, now that we've got all that together, now we're actually looking at that next one was the belly fat itself. From belly fat, we went to looking at, well, we did our belly fat. What did we do after our belly fat?
Right. So now we're at the liquid fat with a question mark. Because a lot of people think, honey, like, well, surely soft drinks and sodas and juices, I don't see any oil or grease coming from the can or coming from the bottle.
True.
So how can that really add weight to my body? So what do you think, honey?
I think we need an animation on that one.
All right. Well, let's go to the animation this time. Maybe we'll walk this through. So let's go to the screen. Let's look at this animation this time. So let's go through it. And you see here the person is now, you putting in the Coke, and the Coke is coming in, and therefore, now when the Coke is boiled, water is removed from the Coke.
Wow.
So keep removing, water's being turned up.
Yes.
Keep removing the water, being turned up. And so therefore, what you have left, folks, is simply sugar.
Mercy.
This is sugar, folks, all right? And so therefore, that's why all that sugar is going into our body.
Wow.
Now, we can use that. You can use not only Coke, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, Mountain Dew, the same scenario. So how many teaspoons of sugar in one 12-ounce?
One 12-ounce can of soda can actually, in this particular one, 9.3 teaspoons of sugar.
Oh.
And we've actually seen where there was actually more sugar.
More than that.
Depending on the type of drink it is, it can go anywhere from 9 to 15, 16 teaspoons of sugar. So we're now talking about sugar. So when we say sugar, we're talking about sugar and belly fat. How do they go together?
Okay, now, folks, they did a study, Tufts University and also Harvard Medical School in Boston.
Right.
They had a survey of 1,000 volunteers, and they did a CT scan on their belly, and then 6 years later did another CT scan. That's how you can determine the belly fat. And then, well, let's see the results. Let's go to the screen. Let's see the results of that study. Let's go to the screen at this time. Here it is. We observed that individuals who consume at least one serving of, here it is highlighted, several sweetened beverages per day had a 27% greater increase of visceral fat.
Wow.
Now, a couple of weeks ago,
we talked about visceral
fat.
Yes, we did.
The word visceral means simply internal. So visceral means internal fat that covers the internal organs. See right here, that's a CT scan right here.
Yeah, I see that.
And so therefore, all those organs, the pancreas, gallbladder, liver, kidney, heart, stomach, colon, etc., increases all those diseases in those areas. So that's why sugary drinks equals belly fat. And also, these researchers also said, in conclusion, as a side note, that belly fat, childhood obesity is a result of sugary drinks. The main contributor of sugary drinks.
Well, now I know what they're saying. Okay, but I do diet sodas. Yeah, I do diet sodas.
Oh, yeah, diet.
But they got some new sodas on the market now, Curtis, that says zero sugar.
Zero. I mean,
zero sugar.
Not a zero.
So the question is, how in the world can something be zero sugar but still be sweet?
Oh, okay.
How is that? What are they using? What are they using?
Okay, folks, Let's go to the screen. All right, let's go to the screen at this time. Let's see what they're talking about. All right? So you may want to, folks, you may want to rethink your drink. All right. So here it is. All right. So you have the Diet Coke, and of course you have the zero sugar. You also have zero sugar in Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Sprite, etc.
All out there,
And so
yes.
what it does is that since it's still sweet,
Right.
but it's not sugar,
Right.
then what are they using? Aspartame.
Uh-oh.
Now, aspartame's been involved since 1981.
Right,
it
right.
has a checkered past as far as cancer in rats, lymphomas and leukemia, malignant tumors. So but that's in rats. People, well, I'm not a rat, I'm a human being. But it's been some recent studies of aspartame, more conclusive evidence of aspartame and kidney disease.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
That's more
Okay.
coming up in the later journals as far as that's concerned. But so when the sugar goes in or this aspartame goes in, the body comes in like, okay, well, this is still sweet.
Yeah.
So therefore the body says, well, something's sweet. So the brain says, okay, pancreas, produce insulin. All right? So insulin produced, but okay, where's the sugar?
Right,
So
right,
everything is confused, not the way God designed the body. And then number two, the conditions of our taste buds is to drink sweet things. The more things we eat or drink sweet,
Right.
the more we want sweet things to eat. So therefore, we also add weight. And then number three, entitles us to eat more food.
Okay.
So
okay.
now we can
okay.
rationalize ourselves and say, well, since I'm drinking Diet Coke or zero sugar,
Okay.
I'm entitled to eat a little bit more. So therefore, the weight comes on,
Yes.
the waist comes on,
Yes.
and the waist get bigger and bigger. And then also, it trips the satiety mechanism. In other words, this right here is the hunger control center.
Right.
So therefore, what we can drink in calories is more than what we can eat in solid food. So
Okay.
therefore, by
Okay, that
drinking
makes sense.
amount of calories,
Yes.
it does not register in our mechanism as far as we're being full. So in other words, we can simply drink more than what we can eat.
Via belly fat. But
fat all over the place.
But did I remember seeing people they're actually at the restaurant and they get the burger and the endless fries
Yes.
over and over again, and then they have the nerve to ask the waiter, "Could you bring me a
A Diet Coke, a Diet soda.
Diet soda."
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so it increases the need to eat
There
more
you go.
sugary foods.
It doesn't cancel them
And
out.
also, we compensate, well, since I had diet or
Yeah,
zero sugar,
I'm good.
I can eat a little bit more. 'Cause now I got a question for you, honey. So a person may say, well, Paula Kurz, I don't drink Coke. I don't drink zero sugars and
Yes.
all that, and
Yes.
carbonation and caffeine. And no, I'm more health conscious. I'm drinking juice.
Oh, well, let's look at that
about
one. Let's
100% no sugar added?
Yeah, well, let's
What
look at that
about?
one.
Can you talk to people about?
Let's look at a graphic on that one there.
Okay,
'Cause that's very,
okay,
very
let's go to the
interesting
screen.
see
All right,
that
let's
one,
go to the
okay?
screen, all right.
When we look at that screen and we see what?
Oh my goodness! Now these are 12 ounces right
That's
here.
right, 12
You
ounces.
got the Coke over here. It's
Coke.
140 calories.
Right.
But wait a minute. The grape juice, 100%, no sugar added, a 240 calories of grape juice.
Of grape
the
juice.
same amount, 12 ounces.
That's right. That's right. So you actually have more calories in the
Oh my
pure
goodness.
grape juice. Okay.
Now let's go back
That's
down
right.
here at the Sprite. That's 134
Right,
calories.
right.
Then over here, oh wait a minute, orange juice, 154
Did
calories.
you see that? Did you see that?
Wait a minute.
So
So they're getting more calories drinking juice, even though it's 100% juice, no sugar added.
okay, Molly, I know what you said. You said I'm going back to my soda. No, that's not what it's
No,
all
no.
about.
No, no,
Not
that's
about
not the
that.
purpose of
Not
this.
about that.
No,
Okay.
no.
We wanted you to see though, because sometimes when people have a problem with
Yes.
their weight loss, we discover that they're doing these pure drinks, and the drinks are adding up. You want your whole fresh food. We're gonna talk about that later on too, about that food.
So as the saying goes, a day without orange juice is like a day without.
Sunshine. Oh,
Well, I don't know about that
well,
because
I don't know about that one either. I don't know.
Sunshine does not give me 154 calories.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
All right,
Okay,
I'm just
well, now
saying.
it's time for us to go to God's Word.
All right,
What
let's
does
go to God's
Word
All right.
say?
Folks, let's go to God's Word. Let's look at the screen here. Here it is, Genesis 2:10. And it says here, a river flowed from Eden and watered the garden. The river then separated and became 4 smaller rivers. You see here on the screen on the right-hand side there's a river going straight through the Garden of Eden.
Yes, yes,
No doubt,
yes.
not only to water the garden,
Right.
but also our first parents.
Right, right.
I think God thought this one through, all right? So therefore, water is necessary
Yes.
for our consumption. Which brings us to
Challenge.
our challenge for this week.
All right, you know it's a challenge going on there.
So
You know,
here
I
we
know
go.
you figured if we're saying this about water and stuff, that's where we're going to go. Yeah, because now it's time for you to do 4 cups of
4
water.
cups of water. There we go, honey.
32 ounces of water every day for 7 days straight, along with the other things you're already doing.
Yes.
You know you're going to add these things up. And you should be looking good by now because you've been doing quite a bit of stuff. It's been about 6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
So we know.
So weight should be coming
Let's
down.
get-
The weight should be coming down.
Yep.
And,
But
look
what
at
about
on the
the
right
water?
hand
Yeah,
side here, honey,
yeah,
that
yeah.
you know, we're about 70% water, give
Yes,
or take.
yes.
So you see here that we're not 75% grape juice,
Right.
soft drinks,
Nope.
but water.
Pure water.
I mean, the blood
Pure
is
water.
90% water. The brain, the kidneys, 85% water,
Right.
not juice. So the more water we take in,
Yes.
guess what? Automatically, we drink less other fluids that the body doesn't need.
That's going to be something for you to think about this week as you do those 4 cups of water. We want to remind you of John 10:10, which
Jesus said,
says,
I come, that they might have life and have it more abundantly.